before we get started, and given the sensitive nature of this topic, I think it's only right that I take a moment to prepare you for what's coming. It is a history of conquest unlike any other, literally a subterranean colonialism, the effects of which were felt the world over. Even today, much of the land we know and love bears witness to its continued influence and one-time usurpation. We are talking, of course, about Cabernet Sauvignon, also known as the Great Colonizer, which today can be found on every continent excluding Antarctica, and in even the most extreme conditions, like the Cab Sav vines thriving in the middle of the Gobi Desert, where temperatures range from -40 to upwards of 110 degrees Fahrenheit. It goes without saying that the grape is incredibly robust and grows pretty much anywhere, from California to Lebanon. In addition to being nearly indestructible, the Cabernet Sauvignon grape is also responsible for one of the most popular wines in the world, favored by wine connoisseurs and casual drinkers alike. So just what is it about Cab Sav that makes it so hardy, so appealing? Let's find out. First off, what is Cabernet Sauvignon? Well, broadly speaking, it's a dry, fruit-forward, full-bodied red wine made from the Cabernet Sauvignon grape, though there are some not insignificant differences between cool climate and warm climate Cab Savs, which we'll get into later. What can you pair it with? This is a bold wine. Flavor-wise, it pulls no punches, which makes it the ideal complement to meat. The dryness of this wine sets off a succulent tenderloin or a char-grilled hamburger equally well. As far as cheese pairings go with a Cab Sav, you'll want to be somewhat careful to select cheeses with some age. A semi-hard vintage cheddar or Gouda will pair nicely. A Comté I find also works well. Avoid blue at all costs, unless you're into that peculiar coin-in-mouth metallic taste. So how do you serve it? Well, this is a powerful wine which benefits massively from aeration. For this reason, amongst others, Cab Sav is traditionally served in a Bordeaux glass. Also, decanting before pouring is highly recommended. Cabernet Sauvignon changes radically and for the better when oxygenated, so remember to allow some breathing room. Finally, what does Cabernet Sauvignon mean? As with many wines, parentage plays some part in the naming of the grape. Cabernet Sauvignon is the result of a cross between Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc grapes and has taken the first names of each, hence Cabernet Sauvignon. Sauvignon may be derived from the French sauvage, meaning wild or natural, which may in turn be read as a nod to the grape's native or indigenous status. Born in France, Cabernet Sauvignon grapes are small, thick-skinned, purple-blue in color and can grow almost anywhere, from the sunny hills of California to the cool vineyards of Bordeaux. These differences in terroir account for variations in the presentation and taste of Cab Sav. But before diving into the differences, here's a quick broad brush overview of Cabernet Sauvignon's tasting profile. First off, Cabernet Sauvignon is dry, that is, not sweet. The thickness of the grape skin makes for a more tannic wine, which is particularly good for longevity, though tannins are directly responsible for the astringent, dry mouth effect you may experience when drinking this wine. Many winemakers look to mitigate, soften, or otherwise round out the effect of tannins by aging Cab Sav in American or French oak barrels. Wines aged in French oak tend to exhibit subtler vanilla flavors, while those aged in new oak or American oak are more pronounced. With time and contact with wine, a barrel's flavor becomes increasingly mediated. It absorbs new flavors, and those it imparts to the wine become somewhat finer, more nuanced, or less aggressive. Either barrel type can produce excellent results. It's really the winemaker's choice as to what they're looking to express. And if you'd like to express your appreciation for this video, please click the like button or even subscribe if you're feeling up to it. We'd very much appreciate it. Anyway, circling back to the wine itself. Cabernet Sauvignon is full-bodied, which means that when you drink it, you can almost feel the weight of the wine on your tongue. Although Cab Sav's flavor is largely terroir-dependent, the varietal as a whole tends towards spiciness and plumminess. Think green pepper and tobacco meet dark forest fruit and cassis. Which brings us to cold climate versus warm climate, which is better? Well, it really depends on your taste, so we'll break down a few key differences. If you're looking for a wine that's more full-bodied, choose a warm climate Cabernet Sauvignon. Increased sun exposure often means juicier, riper grapes. Because these grapes have more sugar, they'll also have a higher alcohol content, which in turn results in a more full-bodied wine. For this reason, you can't go wrong with a Napa Cab. Spicier? Select a cold climate Cab Sauv. Something from Bordeaux might provide the green pepper crispness you're looking for. More fruit-forward? Choose a warm climate Cabernet Sauvignon. Try a bottle from sunny Coonawarra, Australia. Cheaper? You can get truly incredible Cab Sauvs from countries like Chile or Argentina for much less. Bonus fact, the alcohol content in Cabernet Sauvignon ranges from 13.5% found in most French products to a healthy 15% in some Australian and US wines. And if you're not ready to drink your Cabernet Sauvignon just yet, no worries. Cab Sauv is an extremely age-worthy wine, meaning you can generally leave it to develop in the bottle in a cool, dark place for decades. Another quick note on Cab Sauv, there is such a thing as a white Cabernet Sauvignon. Thanks to a genetic fluke, we have Schliston. Apparently it tastes like Pinot Gris meets dry Riesling. I can't say the press on this varietal has been significant. I've not personally tried it, and I don't think I've even seen it anywhere, but it does exist. In my opinion, Cabernet Sauvignon is a great wine. It's complex, often with significant room for development, jammy and fairly dependable, yet endlessly interesting. A solid choice for many. Cheers. If you'd like to learn more about wine, click the subscribe button or check out our Understanding Wine series now. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please consider supporting us on Patreon at the link in the description box below. As a Quince patron, you'll get early access to future videos and can even vote on upcoming video topics. Our amazing patrons allow us to work on these videos full-time and make them as good as we possibly can. Thank you all very, very much for your support.